Back in Week 11, the 49ers dominated their first matchup against the Rams. Can Los Angeles even the score? Find out next on Madden Football.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. The numbers for Sermon in last week's game: 18 carries, 111 for yards, and a touchdown.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Lance. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Back to the air, Stafford on 2nd down. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
That's on the guard, Laken Tomlinson. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A play fake for Sermon. Now Lance. Checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield. Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Over the the middle, complete. That's Myers. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the 1st. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Here's Johnny Hecker now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Lance now on 1st down. There's the stiff arm. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, shouldn't we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Lance. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Now a play fake it at Stafford. They'll roll him out right. And this is taken in by the tight end, Bryson Hopkins. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford, and Woods has it complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. With the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. We're scoreless after 1. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Here's Lance. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up. Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, That threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Throwing on first down is Lance. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. L.A. readies for its next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he's brought down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2000.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way. Like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Right there, 54, right there.
On the handoff, it's Akers. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can't be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Caught on the slant. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Darrell Henderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Lance. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Eluding the pressure right. And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And now they'll throw with Lance. That's caught by Myers. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Lance again here on 2nd and 10. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Lance. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Myers. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL that...
Touchdown 49ers! Kyle Juszczyk, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Now goal for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. With them losing here in the 2nd quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. And Lance going to throw. outside here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And they'll run with Sermon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. That's a big letdown defensively. They had him stop behind the line, but the face mask going to bail the offense out.
And the hand does not have to be up there for too long. Just a little bit of a grab is going to be enough to get the call and the 15 yards against them.
And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Trey Sermon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Trey Sermon who polished it all off with a touchdown run. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford complete. Jefferson the target. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A final shot before the break, Stafford. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A final shot before break. Stafford. And this is caught. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed, indeed.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Taking it about the 1, and he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Going right back to Akers. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
A lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off near the 42. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Sermon now on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first.
First down, 49ers.
Working from the gun, Lance. He'll leave that underneath to Sermon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Lance, a give now to Sermon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They run once more with Sermon. And Sermon is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. They'll run for it. Sermon. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
San Francisco.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
On 2nd down, it's Sermon. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, the plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and watch.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Sermon, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is,
and he can't get rid of it, he's taken down. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Check. Lucky. 57 the mark.
After the sack on 1st down, Stafford. This is caught. It's Woods. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yards.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A give for Sermon running right. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. from the gun, Sermon. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford, throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Stafford on 1st down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And this one is incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 43 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense. But, yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12. On the counter, Sermon. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Got a man, it's Higbee complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should.
A gain of 6 there on first.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging.
Now the Niners get there and bring him down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Rams on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. On 3rd down, here's Sermon. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is going to be 49er football.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get your reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Again, it's Sermon. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And Gold is able to put it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Rams ready to go on offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
I think this offense specifically, they're going to have to find a way to turn the...
Play action. Stafford. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
One last throw here for Stafford. And it's incomplete. They get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll have another road date next week with a Kansas.